Welcome back to another explainer. I am so excited you're joining us today because, honestly, we're diving into something that has literally rewritten the rulebook for how we connect with audiences. We're talking about the language of machines, specifically how large language models, or LLMs, and natural language processing, NLP, have totally transformed the DNA of marketing workflows as of 2026. If you've been feeling like the ground beneath your strategy is shifting way faster than you can keep up with, well, you're definitely in the right place. We're going to unpack exactly how this tech works. It's not magic, it's just an incredibly powerful tool that you can totally master. So let's get into it.
Here's the roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The context engine, which are our LLMs. 2. The high-speed detective, or NLP. 3. We'll look at some actual 2026 AI marketing use cases. And 4. The absolute non-negotiable, the human in the loop. Okay, let's jump right in.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The context engine LLMs. Today's massive models, think GPT 5.4, Gemini 3.1 Pro, and Claude 4, they've evolved way past simple text generators. They're full-blown reasoning agents. To really use these reasoning agents, you gotta understand what we call the probability secret. How do these things actually work under the hood? Well, they generate text by simply predicting the next most logical word based on massive datasets. They aren't thinking like you and I do, they're constantly crunching probabilities. It's essentially the world's most advanced autocomplete, using trillions of data points to figure out mathematically what word should come next.
But here's the real secret sauce: transformer architecture and self-attention. This is how the AI magically grasps context. Take this sentence: the bank was closed because of the flood. In the old days of computing, a machine wouldn't know if you meant a financial institution or the side of a river, right? But with self-attention, the AI looks at the word flood and instantly gets the context. It knows for sure you're talking about a riverbank because it's weighing the relationships between all the words in that sentence at the exact same time.
And that brings us to the absolutely incredible shift we've seen in 2026. 1 million. 1 million tokens. That's roughly 700,000 words that modern models can hold in their extended context windows. Just pause and think about that scale for a second. That's enough to fit an entire library of data. You're not just feeding the AI a few bullet points anymore. You can literally upload your entire brand history, 3 whole years of customer emails, and 50 past blog posts, all into one single prompt.
So what does that huge 1 million token limit actually matter for you? Well, when you feed that much rich historical context into a prompt, the AI will know your brand soul perfectly before it types a single word. It gets your tone, it knows your past mistakes, it understands your audience's quirks and your specific vocabulary. You're practically guaranteeing that the output aligns with your identity because you've essentially uploaded your company's brain right into the machine.
All right, moving on to Section 2, the high-speed detective natural language processing, or NLP. So if LLMs generate language, NLP is what analyzes and structures it.
The coolest, most immediate way this detective helps you is through sentiment analysis. I love calling this the automated vibe check. Imagine trying to manually read thousands of mentions on X, Instagram, or TikTok. Totally impossible, right? Well, NLP automatically scans all those thousands of mentions across platforms and instantly drops them into positive, negative, or neutral buckets. It literally takes the messy, qualitative chaos of human emotion and turns it into hard, quantitative data you can actually use.
Let's put that into perspective. Say you just launched a brand new product. Within 10 minutes of going live, NLP categorizes all that messy social data into clear, actionable metrics. It flags you and says, hey, 35% of your users are super excited about the price point. But heads up, 60% are actively frustrated with the checkout UI. You're not sitting there guessing why sales are lagging. You know instantly, and you can ping your web team to go fix that checkout page right that second.
And beyond just checking the vibe, our high-speed detective does entity and keyword extraction. It identifies the who, what, and where buried in all that unstructured data. It pulls out the highly specific product features people are buzzing about. Say your audience is suddenly completely obsessed with the battery life of your new gadget instead of the screen resolution. NLP spots that trend immediately. That lets you pivot and make real-time adjustments to your ad copy, leaning into exactly what people care about right then and there.
Oh, and this detective? It doesn't just speak one language. Modern NLP tools, like the ones inside Pulsar or Brandwatch, have incredible multilingual processing. We are not just talking about clunky formal translation here. The AI is analyzing slang and weird internet speak in multiple languages at the exact same time. So if you're a global brand targeting a diverse market, like, say, Indonesia,
The NLP understands local internet slang just as smoothly as standard English. It keeps your global campaigns feeling perfectly localized.
Section 3, 2026 AI Marketing Use Cases. So, the crucial point is, how does this all actually change your daily workflow? Let's move from theory into practice.
Let's look at this workflow revolution matrix. Take ad copywriting. The traditional way, manually agonizing over 15 headlines for Google Ads. The AI-first way. You use an LLM to blast out 50 variations, and then you use NLP to automatically select the 5 with the highest emotional resonance. Or how about content repurposing? A human used to spend, 4 hours turning a webinar into a blog post. Now, an LLM takes a 1-hour transcript and spits out 5 LinkedIn posts, 3 TikTok scripts, and a newsletter, literally in 60 seconds. It is a massive, massive leap in efficiency.
One of the most fascinating use cases from that chart is synthetic personas. Back in the day, marketers basically guessed what a customer wanted by looking at a static PDF persona sheet. Today, you create a digital twin of your ideal customer profile. You can literally just ask the AI, "You are a CTO in Jakarta. What part of this landing page feels like a scam?" You can actually converse with your target audience and stress test your campaigns before you ever hit publish.
Another absolute game changer is narrative intelligence for social listening. Forget manually scrolling through hashtags hoping you stumble on a trend. Advanced AI agents now use narrative intelligence to find the very origin of a trend way before it peaks. You actually get to ride the wave as it's forming, instead of jumping on right when it's dying out. Talk about a massive first-mover advantage.
Section 4. The human in the loop.
Now, as mind-blowing as these tools are, we have to talk about the risks. LLMs can still hallucinate, basically make up facts, or totally misread sensitive cultural situations. And that is exactly why you need AIE, or AI-informed editing. This is the 2026 standard, and it mandates strict human oversight over anything the AI generates. You do not just hit generate and publish. No way. You use the AI as your incredibly capable assistant, but the final editorial authority, the taste and the strategy, that always rests with you, the human marketer.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the human stays in control. It's a simple, literal, step-by-step procedure. Step 1, prompt. You give the strategic direction and set the brand guardrails. Step 2, draft. The AI does the heavy lifting, giving you multiple options based on your data. And step 3, review. You step back in to check for that brand soul, verify the facts, and make sure the emotional nuance hits right. You are the director, from start to finish.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a massive pro tip, especially if you're newer to using these tools. Don't just ask the AI to write a blog. That's too basic. Instead, ask it to act as a senior content strategist and analyze these 10 competitor articles. Find the content gaps and propose a 600-word outline that addresses those gaps with a witty tone. See the difference? The quality of your output is totally dependent on the depth and context of your prompt. Be specific, be demanding, and give it the context it needs to be brilliant.
Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. The tech of 2026 lets you generate content at an unimaginable scale and run sentiment analysis at breakneck speeds. But here's the thing. Machines don't have a soul. Your brand does. So, I ask you, in the age of machines, how will you define and protect your brand soul? Use these tools to amplify your voice, not replace it. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, structure your workflows with that human in the loop, and just keep experimenting. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Catch you next time.